So let's talk about money. So many people want to get to that top 1%. So many people think like that other 99%, that's the problem, or they work like that other 99%. So when we talk about what it means to be financially stable, then we talk about what it means to have financial excellence, financial literacy, and to really succeed above and beyond what most people will ever achieve in their lifetime. It really just comes down to one thing, and that's 100% mindset. If you don't have the mindset of a millionaire, you will never be a millionaire. I have no faith in you whatsoever. Going over my story for just a little bit. For those who don't know, I used to be a YouTuber. I still am, kind of, sort of. I played Fortnite back when that was a little thing, and I've been doing YouTube for 10 years now. 4 years ago, it became one of my dream jobs. I started making money off of it, and ever since then, I was taught from a young age that, hey, I can make $10,000 a month literally at 16 years old if I just use my assets and maximize all of my resources. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't see. When we talk about what it means to think like the 1%, everything has money. Everything comes from money. The world needs money, and there's money absolutely everywhere. And so many people are stuck in this mindset of thinking that the only way that they can get money is if they spend $40,000 a year so they can go to school to teach, so they can learn how to make money from people who have never made over $100,000 in their life. Now, I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a lawyer, something that's going to, impact the world, we need you. We need you. And I best believe doctors get paid a lot, but they should get paid more. Especially, I think teachers, they teach 20% of our population, but 100% of our futures. They should be paid more, but that's just a different conversation. People nowadays, they get jobs simply because they want money. They come from backgrounds to where maybe it was less fortunate. I understand that everyone comes from a very good financially stable home. And so they think that they are maxing out if they can make, $60,000, $70,000 a year. And if that's what you want to do with your life, if your passion proceeds, outside of money, then go for it. 100% go for it. I'm not telling you to don't follow your dreams if your dreams aren't to become a millionaire, Do what you're passionate about, 100%. Like, I mean that sincerely. Do what you're passionate about. But I'm talking to those right now, to those young hustlers, those teenagers, those young guys and girls in high school who know that they have some big steps going ahead. Even for people in their 20s, like I said, they have big steps going ahead. And a lot of decisions are going to have to be made. And you don't have as much time as you really think that you do. I mean, let's be honest. We don't have responsibilities as young adults. We don't have kids, hopefully. We don't have a house that we should take care of, like normal people our age. I'm 20, by the way. So we have all the time in the world to make as much money as possible without having with the least amount of responsibilities we will ever have in our life. As the older that we get, the more responsibilities that we're going to have, the more liability that's going to be placed upon us if we don't succeed. And especially as men, it's very important that we establish ourselves very early. You will have a better life if you establish yourself early. Keep this in mind. So, enough yapping. How do we get into this? All right, the first thing that really helped me was understanding, number one, that there's money everywhere, and number two, that I can achieve money anywhere. Now listen, the best way to grow is to surround yourself with people who make a lot of money. If you are working at a 9-to-5 right now, you're making money. You're making money. You already are in leagues ahead of a lot of people. You have a resource, even if it is $12 an hour, that some people don't even have, including myself when I first started this. Use that money, save that money, invest that money. What do I mean by this? Think of everything as a business. I'll give you my story. I used to work at Nike. We're talking about maximizing potentials here. I worked at Nike for $15 an hour, part-time, 35 hours a week. While I was working at Nike, I knew that $15 an hour is okay, but I could definitely be making more. So while I was working at Nike, what I did was I needed to maximize this potential, so I started selling shoes on the side. I mean, it's not illegal, is it? It's not illegal. I would get discounts as a footwear specialist. I would get 30% off. can put the shoe on clearance, another 30% off. Then military discount, 15% off. So I was getting, shoes for really cheap. Then I would go and I would sell them out to people, but not regular people. Keep this in mind. I'm thinking the business aspect. I would sell them to local shoe stores around my area. So I would cash in my $15 an hour. So I'd work like 5 hours. That's $75. And then on top of that, I was making approximately $300 to $400 a day in just profits from shoes. So right after my shift, I would take me and my friend's truck and we would just deliver the shoe stores, deliver the shoe stores, deliver the shoe stores without breaking the law. We're just exploiting. We're taking something so mundane and it was something that seems so simple, and we're squeezing every single penny out of it as possible. I used to work at Chick-fil-A. My second week working at Chick-fil-A, I knew that I was going to take it seriously. I knew that I was going to lock in. I worked 65 hours a week. 65 hours a week, keep this in mind. And Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, so I was working a hell of a lot. But I knew $12 an hour was going to cut it. I'm going to maximize on this potential. I knew social media. I talked to their marketing team about getting a promotion already, just starting there, with helping them manage a TikTok. And I introduced this idea to help bring in sales, help reach quotas and things like that from just, marketing social media. We're young. I know how to use social media. I could run a Chick-fil-A page for our particular store. So why not do that? It's just certain things like that that will separate you from everyone else. You get a simple task, you go above and beyond. If I worked at Amazon as a driver, best believe I would have so many stocks in that company you wouldn't even realize. Best believe I would not be accepting being at the bottom. And you can of course do that with jobs that allow you to also, advance even more. But certain positions you don't have that. So you're gonna have to squeeze around and make loopholes so you can maximize your opportunities. And that's just one thing I truly believe in. Squeeze the penny out of every single situation because you don't know how long you'll have it. And dude, it's extra money. What's a little extra work? So yeah, that's one thing. Side hustles are everywhere right now. If you need money, make a TikTok, make a YouTube channel, start on Snapchat, do Instagram, start something, but get something as far as a side hustle. Something else that really changed me when you said thinking about the top 1% is how you actually use your money. If you think that every single millionaire goes and invests every single penny that they get, you would be very incorrect. Yes, people actually spend money. Me personally, I do a 30-70 rule, so I spend 30% on wants and 70% on needs. Needs is in savings, by the way. So usually it's I think it's a 50-30-20 rule where they do 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. I think I said that right, and I think I messed it up earlier. I actually do 30% wants and then 70% savings, and that wants also accounts for my needs as well. So I'm saving a lot of money right now, and a lot of people our age don't know how to put money aside. They don't know how to put money aside. It's tragic. It's tragic, really. But I think the best thing to get over that is literally keep your money in 2 separate accounts where you don't see it every day. That will help you a lot, actually. It helped me quite a bit. And whenever you have bills, pay them instantly. Stick to a budget. And anytime, even if your friend gives you, $10, just lends you for your birthday or something. For me, I'm putting $3 in my wants and $7 in my needs. And you get that habit every single time. Keep that 70-30 rule or whatever saving rule that you have in your head. Stay consistent with it, because I promise you long term, it will be extremely beneficial to build up financial responsibility in that area. And that's just another thing. Let's keep going because I've personally, I've been through the lowest of lows. I think like a year and a half ago, I had literally 3 cents in my account. And now I have an $8.3 million mansion that I rented out for the next 2 weeks. So this is going to be pretty fun. It was I know it was rented, but it's pretty damn expensive, bro. So let's just keep going. I'm going to try to keep this as raw as possible. Let's talk about a little bit about connections. I think a lot of people who are in the higher up, and like I said, I have a lot of really higher up friends. They really value their connections because your connections can take you farther than money can in a lot of places. You may have all the money in the world, but if this club is the cool kids club only and you're just not cool, sorry my friend, you just can't get in. You have so many opportunities when you open yourself up to more people which is why you should seek out as many people as possible. If someone has money, number one, if someone has money and isn't inherited, they know what they're doing. They did something to gain money, unless they just won the lottery. I'm not saying to use those people, but keep those people in your circle, because those are the people that you can learn from the most. I've benefited more from my friends than anyone else in my life, more than my parents, more than my teachers, than anyone, literally. The people who I've been around, we learn off of each other, we grow off of each other. He has an idea, I have an idea, and we're all in this to benefit us and to make money, to literally make money. So if you don't have any friends, that aren't really in that position, I want you to go out, go seek it. Work at a golf course if you can, because that's where all the rich people are. You may overhear a conversation that will get you a job, that will get you a really good job. There's so many situations where you hear about actors, like I believe Chris Pratt was found at a restaurant, something like that. And one of the movie, it was a producer or something like that, came up to him and it's like, yo, you'd be really good for this. Let's go get you signed to Hollywood. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr. It's just the people that he knew. And you'll see that a lot of the times with celebrities who get in these crazy opportunities simply because, not because they came from money or they were doing something outstanding, they simply just knew people and they were likable. So, I mean, if you are a person who's really antisocial, it's going to be harder literally to make money. That's just kind of how it is. So branch yourself out there, put yourself out there, make yourself likable, and see how much differently your life can be when you surround yourself with good people, positive people who are working towards something. If you hang around 5 losers, congratulations, you're the 6th one. That's just how it is. That's the reality of the situation. Congrats, you are the 6th one. If you hang around with losers all day, that's literally how you'll be. I don't know how many millionaires hang out with drug dealers, unless they are the drug dealers. But different conversation, different conversation. All right, now we're gonna go into something else. Let me think. What can I say to help you? What can I say to help you? What can I say to help you? Because that's literally what I'm doing. I don't have a course or anything. I'm just preaching. Use doubt and just as a motivator. A lot of people have a lot of doubt. They're really scared to take risk. Biggest risk, biggest rewards. Don't sell your house for a lottery ticket. That's not what I'm telling you. But learn to overcome any doubt that you may have in your life. Seriously, 100%. Learn to overcome it. Anything that anyone says to you, be so confident in your own ability to where doubt can't even affect you. This is why confidence is so important in everything. I mean, I play games like poker and stuff like that. I like to play with money, don't get me wrong. Whenever I'm placing my bluffs, best believe I'm saying it with as much confidence as possible. And a lot of people that I'm around, they show extreme confidence through their stature that they've built up, of having a great reputation. Of course, that's going to build your confidence. And even the people that, fake it till they make it, they faked it because they just appeared confident. They knew what they were doing. They trusted themselves. And when you have trust in yourself, God, you become so much more powerful, so much of a better person, so much harder of a worker when you believe in what you're doing. And that's going to lead me into my next thing. Working harder is not better than working smarter. Work smarter, not harder. I know a lot of people who don't really have any direction. They usually end up going to college, and that's literally not a knock on them. They spend years and 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 tens of thousands of dollars just to not even solidify a good paying job. All of that hard work, all of those tests, exams, those 8 a.m. classes, and you have not secured a job. Congrats, you have worked really, really hard for a sheet of paper, and someone who's 15 years old on their laptop who works 2 hours a day will make more money than you ever have in your life. And you have to sit there and know that. You have to sit there and know that. That's terrible. That's terrible. I hate the fact that other people can think of ideas that I can't think of. My biggest insecurity is I feel like I'm not as smart as I could be. I feel like my brain limits itself due to my lack of creativity. So work harder, not smarter. Apply your energy towards the right places. You can just go all day at something, but until you actually know the best way to do it, it's not going to be as effective. Be efficient as possible with your time, be efficient as possible with your money, and anything that you're working on, especially, financially. Because there's some people that are going to have the same exact dreams as you, and they're going to do it 2 to 3 times faster. It's either because of their resources or how they use their time. And so just make sure you're really careful. And this is when we talk about with confidence. When you go into any project, any business venture, make sure you know it like the back of your hand. Bulletproof. There is no failure in this plan. Be 100% concrete in everything that you do so you can be as efficient as possible. Efficiency is everything. It's key. Efficiency is Jesus. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I could say that could really, help some people. I think that might be it for now. Hopefully someone got something positive out of this. And if you want any more videos, just let me know. Work smarter, not harder, my friends.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.